It was December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. And the kind of cold that doesn't just chill your bones but settles right into your soul and refuses to leave. I was a handyman back then, scraping together whatever jobs I could to pay rent. And when a desperate text came from a woman saying her kids were freezing in a house with no heat, I couldn't ignore it. The drive through that blizzard was terrifying. My beat-up sedan slipping and sliding on roads I could barely see. But I pushed forward because somewhere upstairs, children were shivering in the dark. When I finally pulled up to that beautiful old Victorian house, I had no idea that stepping through that front door would change everything. She opened the door wearing an oversized sweater and fuzzy socks. Dark hair pulled back in a messy ponytail. Exhaustion written all over her face, but something behind her eyes that grabbed me and wouldn't let go. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She was just a woman trying to keep her family warm, and honestly, that was more beautiful than anything I'd ever seen. Inside, the house was freezing. I could see my own breath as she led me down to the basement where the furnace sat like a dead metal beast. I knelt down, relit the pilot light, swapped out a filter so clogged with grime it looked like it hadn't been changed since the 90s. And within minutes, we heard that glorious rumble of warm air starting to move through the vents again. The heater was fixed, the job was done, and I could have packed up my tools, taken my payment, and walked right back out into that blizzard, never looking back. That's exactly what I should have done, but instead, she knelt down beside me on that dusty basement floor, took my dirty hand in both of hers, and whispered two words that hit me like a freight train. "Don't go." She looked at me with those big brown eyes and said, "The house is warmer when you're in it." And in that moment, something cracked open inside me because I couldn't remember the last time someone had wanted me to stay for no other reason than just wanting me there. Her name was Elena. A single mom working 2 jobs to make ends meet since her ex-husband walked out 2 years ago. And she'd been so scared her kids would wake up cold that she'd been sitting in the dark, crying when she found my number. We went upstairs and she made me real hot chocolate, not the instant stuff. And we sat in her kitchen while the snow kept piling up outside, talking for hours about everything and nothing. I learned about her dream of opening a bakery. She learned about my time in the army and my mom who'd passed away. And somewhere between the second cup of hot chocolate and realizing it was almost midnight, something shifted in the air between us. She reached across the table and put her hand on mine again. And this time there was nothing desperate about it. It was just a gentle, deliberate choice. She said she knew it was crazy that we just met, but she didn't want me to leave and she wanted to find out what this was. I had a choice to make: walk away like any sensible person would, or stay and see what happened, and I stayed. Not just that night but for 3 more days while the snow buried the world outside. I played board games with her kids, helped her make Christmas dinner, and fell a little more in love with her every single hour. And when the roads finally cleared and I had to go back to my apartment, I realized it wasn't just that I'd found someone special. I'd found a version of myself I'd lost somewhere along the way. The version that believes in taking chances and knows the best things in life are rarely the safest ones. I went back the next day with flowers and a stupid grin on my face. Told her I wanted to see where this could go. And she smiled that smile I'd already memorized and said, "Took you long enough." That was 3 years ago, and today, I'm sitting in that same warm kitchen watching her bake cookies with our daughter, still thinking about that frozen night, when a simple repair job turned into the greatest adventure of my life. Life throws you situations that feel random at the time, but they end up being exactly what you needed. Not through signs but through choices. The choice to walk away or the choice to stay. Most people choose to leave because they're scared or they've been hurt before. But if you want to truly live, you have to be willing to take the risk. So here's my challenge to you. The next time the universe gives you an opportunity that feels too good to be true, the next time someone looks at you and asks you to stay, think about this story and make the choice that scares you a little bit. That blizzard night wasn't about fixing a heater. It was about opening a door to a whole new way of living. And I've never looked back because that's where the magic happens. That's where you find the thing you didn't even know you were looking for.